I hear you there. We're talking to Anna Perez, the campaign director for Presente.org. Now, one thing that we've also seen come out, so you talked about there's this big move by the Gang of Eight to create this immigration framework. Even though, there's some like Presente who think that the framework doesn't go far enough, we've seen individuals, Republicans, come out and condemn their fellow Republicans for supporting the bill. Like David Vitter from Louisiana came out and condemned Marco Rubio and called him naive and stupid for thinking that they can get immigration through. What do you say to those Republicans that are so far to the right that they're unwilling to compromise and unwilling to even come to the table to have a conversation about how we deal with immigration?
Yeah. Well, Republicans, the smart Republicans, are really scrambling to deal with the fact that the country's demographics have changed. But not only the demographics, but Latinos are waking up to be a powerful electoral and educated force. And so, we're not going to be fooled. We did an extensive campaign against Marco Rubio last year where we were calling him out on his ties to the Tea Party. And even Marco Rubio is proposing that before people become citizens, that we have to wait until the borders are completely secure. And the people who are going to rubber stamp and say that the borders are secure are people like Jan Brewer in Arizona. I mean, if we wait for Jan Brewer to be completely satisfied with border security, we're going to be here another 50 years, because these are really extreme anti-immigrant people who are never going to be satisfied with how much money we pour into the border.
But
so,
Anna, and I hear you there. And I mean, for me, my whole perspective of this, I don't understand how you cannot look, and I appreciate all the work that you guys have done at Presente to get out Latinos to the polls, to get them registered, to get them active. We already know what's happening in the groundswell that's getting ready to happen in the Republican Party in the state of Texas. Texas will turn blue in 2016 because they're registering Latino voters, they're educating them about the process. What will the Republican Party do if they're caught on the wrong side of the immigration debate?
But and they're caught on the wrong side of many debates for our communities, because I feel like it's Latino issues, immigration is high on our agenda, but so is healthcare, so is economic justice, so is like holding banks accountable, for their wrongdoing in our communities. And so, I believe that as Latinos, our job, and as Presente, is to be able to grow the Latino population, to have solid, progressive politics that understand people that need to understand that your wins in the African American communities, your wins in the Asian American communities, your wins in the queer communities benefits us all, because it lifts, the most struggling people in our country, the ones that are fighting for basic rights. And so, I wish we would have a more dynamic party system where we would have more than two, and that we would have, ample room for debate. And it's just really sad that the Democrats are really digging themselves into a hole that, they may not ever come out of.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. So I think this is going to be a tough one. I mean, the hope is that we get something done and that we try to go back to the table and get it redone again. I think, the sad part is that John Boehner set up a situation where it's going to be absolutely impossible to get it done.